And so generators come to the fore, generate more energy, and reduce the risk of load shedding. That is all. And therefore, I'm very excited to have this signing ceremony today for the 3 projects, but we must sign for more projects. IPP.
The urgent need for emergency power producers to help bolster Eskom's flagging power generating capacity by an additional 2,000 megawatts by late 2022 has hit snag after snag. The Energy Department has opted for power supply agreements, a move criticized by some lobby groups.
This is not something we should be doing in a climate crisis, and if the government would put as much effort into pushing renewables as it seems to be in pushing fossil fuels, we would be in a much better place.
11 preferred power producing companies were announced last year. One of them being the controversial Turkish company called Karpowership. Despite being given a license to generate electricity by NERSA, its bid has been left in limbo.
Despite the risk associated with not having reached commercial close and financial close, due to program delays outside of our control, Karpowership has established an office in Johannesburg and invested more than 400 million rands in the development costs in the South African businesses.
Accused the Department of Environment of deliberately dragging its feet.
Normally, the appeal process must legally be completed within 90 to 120 days. The current information from the DFFE is that this decision cannot be expected from the minister before the 1st of July 2022, which is some 353 days after the appeal was first submitted, and this is almost a year into the process.
But lobby group Green Connection has raised concerns that the Turkish company has not followed a due process.
For Karpower to have not had an environmental authorization, and yet NERSA still gave it electricity generation license, we feel is not correct. We have therefore taken them to court on this, and we certainly believe that any company, foreign or local, needs to follow the rules, and those rules involve meaningful consultation.
Leave the issue of environmental challenge to environmentalists. They will take us to court, allow us to go to court. Eskom must not enter that space. They must take up energy.
Karpowership is appealing the rejection of its environmental assessment. While awaiting a response, it says it remains optimistic.
In an unexpected move, Eskom has requested that Karpowership SA sign an extremely wide-reaching, open-ended indemnity agreement. This 11th hour insistent is not only highly irregular, but it's also outside of the requirements of the tender process. Interestingly, none of the other bidders have been asked to sign such a document.
Eskom recently said with its power stations reaching the end of their operational lifespan, other methods of adding capacity to the grid should be made easier.
This is a great opportunity for us to overlay the retirement of our power stations as they reach the end of their economic lives, to either convert them, repurpose them, repower them, or to open up that grid capacity to new sources of electricity generation.
2,000 megawatts of additional electricity would stabilize the country's electricity crisis and turn load shedding into a thing of the past. But environmental groups have questioned at what price that would come at. Nozintombi Mia, SABC News.